streaming right now, and this isn't normally a time where I would normally live stream at, but you know, I'm just here waiting to pick up a load till later. I got to the shipper very early today, actually, so I've got a few hours. I'm not gonna spend all these hours on the live stream, but you know. Let's talk. So what's the drama? Now that I see we got some people popping in the chat. Yeah, this gonna be a drama. This is gonna be a drama live stream right now. I'm gonna tell you that much. So I got word, guys. And I'm not gonna say who it is, but I'm sure he'll find out here in a couple minutes because he was already messaging on on the Twitter. What a freaking joke platform Twitter is. Let me tell you. Yeah, so I got word. There's a children's event in Indiana, apparently, that may have a suspected Antifa member that may go to counter-protest this children's event. What he doesn't seem to understand is Indiana is a constitutional carry state with castle law doctrine, okay? And if he puts people's lives in danger, yeah, he's probably not going to make it out alive, okay? Indiana don't play with that kind of stuff, just like Missouri. They don't play. You're not going to threaten children at a children's event where they're going to go meet Santa. No, that's not going to happen. So I am extending my courtesy to the owners of this property, the people who are hosting this event in Indiana. If you would like an armed and armored, non-professional, I'm not a security guard, my services just as an individual showing up, let me know, reach out to me. In fact, I already have my team reaching out to you guys. And I am posting this video as proof of that. I'm not talking about breaking no laws. I'm talking specifically about protecting children at this event for as long as necessary. Okay, I mean, seriously. Again, I got word. There's a known, suspected Antifa dude that's wanting to show up. I'm not saying that y'all need to shut down the event. I'm saying you probably need people like me looking after you and any children that are there. Mr. Trench doesn't protect pedophiles. He protects children. And I am willing to protect children against this known guy that is, honestly, I think that he is a pedophile protector. I honestly believe that he's Antifa. I'm not going to say who he is because, you know what, I don't even have to. Word's going to get out to him. And I get it. Every time I do these drama live streams, my freaking viewership just goes to the roof, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. But yeah, no, we're not threatening. I already told him, he's going to be peaceful. Otherwise, I will show up if necessary. There was this whole thing on Twitter, and Twitter has already flagged that entire conversation. It's hilarious. I mean, seriously. Like, oh, that sounds like a threat. No, that's not a threat. Me offering my protective services to a children's event is not a threat. That's a promise. Okay? I will protect children if the owners of the property will allow me to do it. Again, my team's reaching out to them. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about already if you've been on Twitter. It's obvious. Most of y'all are not going to be able to see the reply that I made, the more recent one, because again, Twitter has already flagged the entire conversation. So that only people in my inner circle can see what I'm tweeting now. That's fine. I kind of figured that was going to happen, to be completely honest with you. Again, it's a joke. And again, I've got other platforms. Follow me on YouTube and rumble.com at Mr. Trench Trucker, minds.com at Mr. Trench. Gap's still not working, and Twitter at Mr. Trench Trucker. Those are my social medias where you can find me, guys. Reach out to me on one of these platforms, please. The owners of this event in Indiana, the little children's event, word's getting out pretty quickly. But yeah, so anyways, I mentioned a YouTube channel strike or whatnot, copyright strike. So the copyright strike is not on my channel. It has nothing to do with me, actually. What started all of this is because a certain somebody decided he was going to do something to get a copyright strike against his channel. Wow, not surprised there. He's known for deleting all of his old videos anyway so that people can't, go back and, he tries to hide information, obviously, by deleting his old content. I don't delete my content. The only one video that's been removed from YouTube was for medical misinformation. And that video is actually still up on Rumble. Go check it out. Rumble.com at Mr. Trench Trucker. But yeah, he got a copyright strike. He got a copyright strike, and now this suspected Antifa member, that some of y'all know what's going on here. I'm not even going to say his name. Some of y'all know. He's threatening to go to Indiana and is threatening to counter-protest a children's event. I already know how he's planning on doing it. So, look, I wasn't planning on doing anything but working this Christmas season, and I haven't booked my Christmas load yet. So if I've got to cancel that so that children can be protected against him, I absolutely freaking will. Okay, I'm tired of this. I want it to be It's Christmas time, for God's sakes. And you're talking about going to a children's event? Starting this drama and crap? With people who you've already said nasty, disgusting, vile things to? What is wrong with you? Seriously, what's wrong with you, man? That's disgusting. That is disturbing behavior. And if the owners of those property will have me, I will be more than happy to be there. And everybody on that property will be safe as long as I'm there, because I will lay down my life for anybody who visits that property peacefully, if necessary, if that's what it comes to. I'm not even joking, guys. I will freaking do that. It's a constitutional carry state. There are very strong castle laws in the state of Indiana. You do not want to mess around in that state. And see, what y'all need to understand is, when you try to do this Antifa crap in red states that have all of these strong castle doctrine, oh, it's only Catholic, you don't know how castle doctrine works, because, oh, it only applies to your property. It doesn't matter. Stand your ground. I can defend myself and everybody else on that property. Regardless if you're on the property or not, buddy, you could be on the sidewalk and still threaten people's lives. Stand your ground does not just apply to private property. You need to learn that. Stand your ground laws, which also I can protect other people should I deem it necessary, it applies everywhere. Public property, private property, doesn't matter. You threaten somebody's life, you threaten somebody's safety, it doesn't matter where you are in these states that have these laws. For God's sakes, please don't go there. Because if you do, then I will. And you're not going to like the end result when you have an armed truck driver showing up in somebody's front yard like that. You want to counter-protest? Fine. I'll counter-protest you. See how much you like it. I'm not going to mention exactly as to what's going on, other than it's a children's event in the great state of Indiana. Some of y'all already know what the drama is, and please, if you have their contact information, reach out to them for me on my behalf and tell them I am interested in protecting their event from what I believe is a known Antifa associate. Please. Y'all can talk amongst yourselves in the chat, so I'm not going to stop that. But I'm not mentioning no names in this one. Because then they're going to say, oh, Mr. Trench is threatening someone. Oh, no. I'm not threatening anybody. I'm not. That is a promise. I will show up armed and armored if you do. And I will protect them, assuming that they will allow me to do so. It's their property. It's their event. It would be an honor to service them, and for free. I'm going to mention that. For free. I don't charge nothing to protect children. I don't. I'm not going to. Y'all already know I'm already starting to learn how to hunt active pedophiles that are actually actively hurting children. Not just counter-protesting people that might have had something to do with somebody a long time ago. No. That don't fly in the states like it. It don't fly in red states. Okay. I have access to a tremendous amount of resources that you simply cannot comprehend. I can get anywhere in this country I need to, in a moment's notice. And I will if it comes down to it. Be peaceful. That's all I'm asking. Don't show up. You've already said that you have ill intentions, my guy. Don't show up to this event. Just saying. I don't know what else to say, guys. Again, look, I instantly get 40 views for talking all this drama stuff. And if you think I'm going to be the only person that could potentially be armed at that event, you're dead wrong. Again, something probably taking place on private property. And it's a constitutional carry state. I probably won't even have to show up. But if they want me, it will be an honor if they will have me. Simple as that. Actually, I don't think I've actually even met them, to be honest with you. But I know who they are. I've been following them. Good people. They're very, very good people. And I'm tired of these good people being harassed by them. And yes, I do already have a mountain of evidence that I have not released here on YouTube or Rumble or any other social media platform. I've got stacks and stacks of this freaking stuff that all I gotta do is just drop it on a judge's lap. Look, I said I wasn't gonna press charges this month. Please. Alright? It's freaking Christmas time and you're talking about doing this stuff. What the hell is wrong with you? This is a season to be peaceful and happy. Look, even during World War II, okay? The Axis and the Allies, they stopped fighting each other during Christmas from what I understand. Somebody fact check me. I could be wrong. Can we have one time out of the year of peace? That is all I am asking. Do your thing literally anywhere else in the country. Don't be bothering somebody that you've already harassed. You know, that you've said very nasty, foul things to try and ruin their Christmas event. That is disgusting. Obviously, those people are not pedophiles. Obviously. What the hell are you doing talking about showing up at their event because you're pissed off that somebody else did a copyright strike on your YouTube channel? What the hell is wrong with you? Disgusting. So if I need to show up to counter-protest you, I absolutely will at this point in time. You don't want that to happen, buddy. Because if I do that, I'm bringing the entire police department with me if I have to. Imagine a bunch of cops on the ass end of my truck coming for that creepy-looking pedophile-free candy van of yours. Yeah, that's all the information y'all get on that one. Just imagine that. You don't want that, buddy. Trust me. There ain't gonna be nobody messing around during this Christmas time. Don't do it. Do not do it. All this over a freaking copyright strike. And shouts out to the people who copyright striked his channel. Good for you. But this guy, he's already got a record. We can already go back and show, you know, a judge that he's had multiple restraining orders from multiple people all across the country. I've got videos up on my channel of his reckless endangerment with that creepy freaking van. Okay? I've got more videos that I haven't even released. Or I have access to them, I should say. I'm intentionally not keeping the physical copies on me. For very specific reasons, but still, I have access to them. I'm tired of this drama. It's freaking Christmas time. Less than a week in Christmas and you're going to try and do this crap? Threaten a children's event? What do you think the parents that just want to go, you know, let their kids go see Santa or whatnot and see all the cool Christmas lights? What do you think that those parents are going to think when they see this creepy looking van out there with some delusional guy yelling and screaming at them? Those parents are going to want to protect their children against you! I won't even have to show up, buddy. I won't even have to. Because those parents will protect their kids against you. Not against the people hosting the event. Indiana, don't play, my guy. Don't be playing these games in constitutional carry states with stand your ground laws. It's not even castle doctrine. It's stand your ground. Get it right. There is no duty to retreat. Now, hold on. Let me make sure I get my facts straight. I'm going to give y'all the actual factual information. So I actually pulled it up. Okay, this is off of USCCA's website. They have a reciprocity map. In a second, I had it on my tablet, but I'm going to pull it up so that you guys can see it here on the live stream, okay? Because you got to think, all right, you got everybody in the state of Illinois is constitutionally carrying now. Give me a second. This is the reciprocity map, just to let you know, from USCCA. R-E-C-I-P-R... Yeah, that should be enough. That's a hard word to spell. I can't spell the words. I'm just a dumb truck driver. Alright, so Indiana. I'm going to click on Indiana. Okay. We're going to do this right here. Ooh, they changed it, actually. They made it more mobile friendly. Okay. All right, guys, you ready? Y'all ready for this? I'm gonna show you the laws. Okay, we're gonna do this because USCCA is an amazing resource. Here we go. Okay, we're back. So hopefully you can see. This is USCCA's website. Okay, It's uscca.com/resources/ccw_map/in-gun-laws/. Okay? Y'all can follow all of that. Oh, shouldn't be showing you guys that, huh? But anyways, y'all already know how I feel about that. Give me a second, guys, because I am turning off my notifications. Putting it on Do Not Disturb mode. There we go. Better. Yeah, I got to see my Amazon shopping list there for a second. Yes, reading a very good book. Recommendation. Shouts out to the person who recommended that book to me. Anyways, so we are here in the state of Indiana, and if you give me just a second, I'm going to grab my stylus so that y'all can see hopefully see what I'm looking at here, okay? Alright, carry allowed in Indiana. Permit, no, yes, whatever. Okay, whatever. It's a little bit different than the regular website, but here's some statistics for you. The interesting thing is here, okay, summary of Indiana gun laws. Indiana is a, what's that say? Shall issue state with licenses being issued in the state, and blah, 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 blah. The important part here is open carry and concealed carry are legal without, you see that? Y'all see what that says there? Without a permit. Without. Open carry and concealed carry are legal without a permit. Ooh, boy. So in other words, you just got a whole lot of new gun owners in that state, the great state of Indiana, and you think some father is not going to want to protect his child from a creepy looking dude outside of a light show that's got this creepy looking candy van? Yeah, I won't even have to do anything. The parents will do it for me. But still, you know, I will still offer my services professionally. I'm not looking at the comments right now, guys, because I've got the screen share thing pulled up. But still, self-defense. Indiana is a castle doctrine state and has a stand your ground law. There is no duty to retreat. Oh, would you look at that? If deadly force is necessary to prevent serious bodily injury to the person or third person, which means that the injury doesn't have to happen to me, okay? There doesn't have to be a risk to my life. Third person, or the commission of a forcible felony. Now, you think if you're going to show up with that freaky pedophile-looking van of yours at a light show intended for, you know, so kids can go meet Santa Claus, you think some of those parents might think you're trying to steal their children? Because, yeah, I mean, I'd be a little concerned if I was an adult, if I was a parent and I had kids and I saw a freaky van like that roll up with some delusional guy yelling and screaming. I'd be like, holy crap, that dude's going to try to kidnap my child. That's honestly what I would think, okay? We're just going to skip around here a little bit, guys. Defense or self-defense of others. A person is justified in using a reasonable force to protect the person or a third person from what the person reasonably believes to be imminent use of unlawful force. Yeah, if you've got a freaky looking van and you're yelling and screaming outside of a child event, it would be a reasonable thing to suspect that you might cause harm to those children or possibly kidnap them for God knows what perverted purposes you might have. My God. I can't believe he just threatened a children's event, guys. Like, I still trying to wrap my head around this. Okay, like, seriously, this is nuts. This is out of hand. Okay? Yeah, I mean, I pretty much just read that, okay? Defense of a place. A person is justified in using reasonable force, including deadly force, and does not have a duty to retreat if the person reasonably believes that the force is necessary to prevent or terminate the other person's unlawful entry or an attack on the person's dwelling, curtilage, or occupied motor vehicle. Yeah, and it just goes on and on and on about this. But the thing is, guys, again, okay, it's got stand your ground laws, which those also apply to public places like roadways. Keep that in mind. Okay, we can keep going on and on and on and on. Honestly, you know, look, immunity. No persons in this state shall be placed in legal jeopardy of any kind whatsoever for protecting the person or third person by reasonable means necessary. So if I tell y'all that a suspected Antifa associate who I already have pictures and videos with that has already been reckless endangerment that has been yelling and screaming at people that are not pedophiles this entire year. Quite possibly he has some type of mental issues, that does drugs. He's known to do drugs. And quite honestly, I think that he's got some kind of pedophile projection issues, especially with that Luke Kuhn guy, which he simply won't admit. If I tell you that he's showing up at a children's event, do y'all leave in the comment description below? Tell me if you think that a force, or at least let's say a show of force, such as an open carry or even concealed carry, do y'all think that would be reasonable to conceal carry with body armor to protect children against a guy like that? Y'all tell me in the comments if you think that's reasonable or not. And obviously, if he makes a single approach at any of those children's or any of those families, that would be very reasonable in my opinion, because this guy's already got a track record of doing things dangerous, doing things very dangerously. Y'all leave in the comments what you think about that. Y'all tell me what you think, if that would be a reasonable thing to do, to show up armed and armored to protect these children. Okay, because I've got level 4 body armor and my AR is ready to go right now. I'm not even going to lie. I'm not saying that I want to harm him. I don't want to. I don't want to have to hurt him. But I will absolutely show up to protect children if that's necessary against him. Because he's seriously, like, I truly believe he's got some kind of projection issues going on here, guys. I've got the videos up on my channel that shows how terrible, vile he is. You look up his name anywhere on YouTube, you're going to see all the disgusting things he's done that has honestly, I feel like, has already, jeopardized children, to be, if I'm being completely honest with you. There was a lot of children there in DC when he was down there doing his counter-protesting bit, and I can tell, watching other people's live streams, that the parents were already not very comfortable with him being there, and they weren't scared of any pedophiles being there in DC. They were scared of him. Okay, the mothers of those children were scared of him. I'm going to say that here in this live stream. That is what I have seen on these other YouTube live streams of the whole 1776 RM thing. Anyone who had children there were scared of him. And now he's talking about showing up at another a specific event so that kids can go meet Santa. And it looks like it's a beautiful light show. If y'all have their number, please tell them to contact me and my team immediately. I will drop all of my plans this week and roll full steam ahead to Indiana if they will have me. I'm not even joking about that. I want to make sure their event is safe. This is a guy that I have been tracking all year long since all of this drama crap started. Since he's been going after my loved ones in Branson. It's the same guy. I'm not going to say his name. I don't have to. I'll pick this one comment. And I'm sorry I can't pronounce your name. I'm terrible at pronouncing names. D. Dunham says, the police need to be warned. Yes, absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. We need to get in contact. I need to get in contact with these people so that we can warn them. We can warn the police. If you have their contact information, please immediately contact them one way or another. Tell them to get in touch with me. My team is already trying to reach out to them. This is a serious deal. I don't know if he's going to have people with him. I don't know. But I want to make sure that their family is protected. I want to make sure all the kids at that event, all the families there, everyone is safe and protected against this individual. This very, honestly, dangerous individual. He's already shown that he has a propensity for violence. Okay, I've got those videos on my channel. There's a video of him committing an act of reckless endangerment with a motor vehicle when he cuts off Mr. One America No Party. Okay, this guy he's already done violent things while driving. And now he's talking about being out on the roadway again, where there's going to be children, with his freaky candy van. Or whatever vehicle he decides to bring there. Okay? I don't even think he has a license. They need to be warned. Y'all, my audience, you guys are awesome. I'm sure you already figured out who I'm talking about. Some of you already did. Some of y'all are really smart. Some of y'all already figured out exactly who I'm talking about. I need you guys to warn them so that they can contact their local police department and get back to me. Please. I am asking my audience to do that. And as far as the people who took out the copyright strike on his channel, if it is legitimate, leave it up. We don't bow down to people like nasty, disgusting people like this. We're Americans, goddammit. Excuse my cuss words. Not a very Christian thing for me to say. But honestly, I'm pissed. I am pissed off. I'll take the heat for this one. Because I ain't doing nothing illegal. Him, on the other hand, he's endangering people's lives. He has already done that. He's already endangered people's lives. He's already made mothers of their children feel uncomfortable and unsafe. We need to come together during the Christmas season and protect children from people like him, who clearly have some serious projection issues with pedophilia. I am seriously concerned. I'm concerned for his mental health and honestly his well-being. Because again, I probably won't even have to do anything because Indiana, not Illinois. Indiana is a constitutional carry state with very strong stand your ground laws. I love the state of Indiana. I love it down there. I got a lot of people here. I love it. Deanna says, do it for the children, Trench. Yeah, well, it's up to the owners of the property if they want me to show up at their event or not. I know that they probably don't really know me all that well. I get it. Show them my YouTube. Let them know what I'm about. Let them know I've been trying to find this guy. I've already been looking this guy up. I'll be more than happy to show up. All right, guys. I wasn't gonna get too much to the comments, but here we go. Vicky V, I love you, Vicky V. You're awesome. One of my best fans. He is butthurt because he can't grift any money. Yeah, I agree. Honestly, I probably shouldn't have said it that way, but you're right. You're totally right. Vicky V is awesome. Vicky V is awesome. But yeah. Okay, Lily Justice, I see your message. I will reach out to him. I've got him on speed dial. I will do that. But yeah, we need to get in touch with this. My team, like I said, my team brought this to my attention today. Actually, I think I saw it first, and then I notified my team, and then my team was immediately on it. I just can't message them directly through Twitter because of the way that they have their account settings. But we need to get in touch with them and let them know what's up. Okay, they need to check Twitter. I already took pictures and stuff like that that I can send them. It is what it is. Ellie at Trench says, we have bad weather headed here in Indiana starting Thursday night, ! He won't be able to protest. Yeah, I hope not. See, the thing is, I am a truck driver that hauls a 53-foot reefer unit. I am used to being in negative 20 degrees for hours at a time. Okay, seriously, I am literally used to this. I can stand out there in the cold all night long. It's not going to bother me. I've got sub-zero gear. Just give me a cup of hot coffee and I'm good to go. Okay, seriously. I don't care. I will do it. If the owners of the property will have me, I will do it. To protect against a known Antifa affiliate. And forgive me if I don't necessarily trust the cops for posting up protection there on their property. I don't. You know, the cops will come up there to clean up whatever mess that happens. And honestly, I want to make sure it never even gets that far to begin with. Because the moment that there is armed security, and again, I'm not professional security, I want to make that clear. The moment there are armed personnel on the property, he's not going to do anything stupid. And that will give anybody who wishes to join the event a lot more safety and security. I can also possibly bring one of my team members up if necessary. So it might not necessarily be me, but I can't make any promises on that so far. But I can say that, yeah, for me, I can absolutely do it. Lily Justice says, Mags can reach out to them also. Okay, well then message Mags and let them know what's up. Okay. Now, I'm assuming you're talking about Mag America. Great guy. I love that content he puts out. It's amazing. But yeah, guys, look, it's time to end all this. You know, I've been trying to say that I want it to be peaceful for the rest of this holiday season, but if we can't do that, then so be it. So freaking be it. I just wanted peace, guys. That was all I freaking wanted. He can't even do that for a single freaking week. Incredible. That's about all I got for you guys today. Again, my fans. Christy says, they have been contacted. Thank you. Tell them to reach out to me immediately. They need me to show up. I can show up with an entire freaking arsenal. I'm not even joking. I hope it doesn't get like that. I really don't. And again, I am a fan of concealing. So it doesn't have to be like out there. That this crazy truck driver dude with all these guns. It doesn't have to be like that. I can conceal. I'm very good at hiding. It's amazing how invisible this giant freaking semi-truck is sometimes when I want it to be. The reason why that's funny, it's a truck driver joke, guys. It's a truck driver joke. You know, oh, I didn't see that big old truck driving down the interstate. Oh my goodness, it's as big as a freaking house, and I didn't see it, officer, when I slammed into it at highway speeds. Yeah, it's a truck driver joke. But anyways, yeah, you know, I can do it discreetly if necessary. I've got no problem with that. Hey, my admin, and I'm sorry, I forgot. Real Jen says, hey, sorry, late to the game. Yeah, sorry, I didn't even message you. I just got done talking to my other admin. She's a little busy at the moment, and I totally forgot to message you telling you I was going live. But yeah, so I'll message you in a minute to catch you up, but basically there is a children's event in Indiana that's at risk right now, is what I just found out a little while ago before I went live. By a little certain someone, one of your favorite people that was in Branson, Missouri, is threatening this children event in his creepy looking van. So yeah, I am offering to show up at this event if the owners of the events and the property will have me, and I will show up armed. That is my game plan if they reach out to me. I can't say that I'm absolutely going to do it because I will not do it without permission. It will be documented. That's how I prefer to do. Some type of text message, something, a phone call, something. But yeah, you know, he's going to show up at a children's event so that they can go meet Santa and see a bunch of Christmas lights, you know, during Christmas. And we all know what kind of vehicle he drives. We all know what it looks like. Y'all want to see the creepy van? Do y'all want to see the creepy van? All right, yep. Go ahead and work. It's all good. If you're still at work, I kind of figured anyways. That's why I didn't message you yet. Jessica says you're good. Busy at work. I gotta go. I'm assuming they meant gotta go. It's all good. Christy says, ooh, it scrolled on me. Sorry. Y'all messaging so fast in the live chat, I can't. Christy says, Trench, can you send me your email or preferably FB through Red, please? I'll do you one better. Give you the actual email, guys. I am on Twitter at Mr. Trench Strucker. You can contact me there because I know who. Oh, I forgot it does this stupid little. All right, it's going to be. Let me do it this way. I'm gonna do something for you guys. I believe this is the email address. It's going to be mrtrenchstrucker@proton.me, and as soon as I see my comment pop up, I'll up there it is. I will try to pin it. Apparently, it will not let me pin it, but whatever. Let me double check to make sure that's actually my email address. That's the one I set up for situations specifically like this. I wonder why I can't even put it on the thing. Oh, here we go. There we go. Give me a second, though. I'm going to double check that real quick. I'm just going to email myself. Or somebody can email me for me to make sure that it's working. I don't know if it's Proton or protonmail.me. Okay, and we'll just send a basic email, test email to myself, but yeah. But again, guys, you know, I take this very seriously, I really do. Okay, I protect children, I don't protect pedophiles, okay? And this will be the absolute proof, because my wish is to protect children and their families against someone who quite possibly is a pedophile, in my opinion, or has some kind of, just obviously has some kind of mental issues going on here. Okay, like, seriously, enough is enough. Oh, yeah, that's it. Okay, so it's going to be mrtrenchstrucker@proton.me. That is correct. So that is the correct email address, guys. I got my test email. You know, here's the thing. You know, we have a Second Amendment, okay? It talks about forming a well-regulated militia, and it talks about the right of the people to keep and bear arms and how it shall not be infringed. I'm just saying, Okay? Just saying. So you do you at the end of the day. I will do me. And if I need to, I will show up armed. Simple as that. The rest is just rumors, speculation, doesn't matter. And never be ashamed for carrying a firearm to protect yourself. Seriously. Don't ever be ashamed of that. I'm not. I will never be shamed into protecting myself, my loved ones. Again, I have shown my body armor and some of my gun collections before. Okay. Last known, this is what the last known thing I have on his candy van is. If I could find it, it might take a minute for me to find this, because honestly I take thousands and thousands of freaking, yeah. Oh, I got pictures of Luke Kuhn so that I could recognize him if he ever shows up. That guy's an A-lister for sure when it comes to the whole pedophile thing. That's why I'm taking, Mr. Candyman does very seriously. And, I think that he has some type of associates with him. He can say that he doesn't all he wants, but see, here's the beautiful part is, okay, he can say, I'm counter-protesting. I don't do that. Yeah, well, okay, then I'm going to counter-protest you. See how much you like it. I'm not even counter-protesting. I'm just asking him what his affiliation with him is, and I'm telling him that I don't believe him. It's so good because he gets so angry. It's hilarious. It's freaking hilarious, to be honest with you. Maybe it is under my screenshots folder. Screenshots. Oh, here we go. Okay, I got the picture. Alright, so the last bit of intel I have is what his van looks. And we also know that he's painted his van more than once. So bear with me here, guys. But the last time I saw his van... Last time I saw his van, it looked a little something like this. Okay? Oh, is that a license plate? Is that DD42507? Interesting. Actually, I've got a much clearer picture of his license plate. But, look at that. Would that not be libel? Yep, that looks like some serious libel. But yeah, when he was at the 1042 DC event, that was, his van was black at the time. So again, he's been known to paint his van. So, and if you sent me email, then I'm sure I'll get it in just a second. I did get it. Alright, I did appreciate it. I'll check that in a minute, guys. But again, my email is right there for y'all to see. Hopefully it shows up in the right place. And I'll try to tag my email in the description to make it even easier after this video gets done, but it might take a minute. Look, I've already got pictures of him on... See the Twitter. Do y'all want to see the pictures on Twitter? I can show you that. Hold on. Let's pull up today's pictures on Twitter, okay? We gonna do this. But again, I don't want to mention his name, so give me just a second. Y'all could probably freaking figure it out. He don't need clout from me, but y'all already know who I'm talking about. It's kind of obvious, and I don't freaking care. But yeah, we're going to censor myself here. Give me a second, guys. I'm gonna censor it because I think this is hilarious. We're gonna do this. Give me a second. I know the camera's all shaky, guys. You're getting it live. You're getting it raw. From the one, the only Senor Trench, and I could say Senor because I am actually Latino. It's not racist. Okay. So here, this is what got him triggered today, guys. Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready? You want to see what they're so triggered over today? Here we go. This is it. Censored. Okay, again, I censored it, right? He tweets, 3 people have the power to stop me from protesting 1776 RM light display in Indiana. To my knowledge, okay, I'm gonna stop right there. To my knowledge, this has nothing to do with 1776 RM. I did not hear anything about them holding an official light show to go meet Santa Claus or anything like that. They just don't like the people who are hosting it, and so they're calling them 1776 RM, whether they are or aren't. Doesn't freaking matter to me. But that's what's happening here, just to give you guys a little. I don't think this is an official 17th, and if it is, cool. I'll show up. Why not? First responder live with Joshua and Crystal behind the scenes in quotation marks. Actually, quotation marks, not parentheses. Whatever. Remove your copyright strike on my YouTube channel, and I will cease and desist my protest. If not, protest starts third. And I'm assuming he means Thursday. Twitter only allows you to use certain characters. To which one of my many replies is, hashtag Indiana is a constitutional carry state with strong castle doctrine laws. I should have said stand your ground, but whatever. I recommend you don't, unless you are suicidal. And yeah, I did use the word suicidal. I'm pretty sure that's why Twitter flagged it. Seriously, there is some parts of this country you don't want to mess around in. You won't survive. That's not a threat. See, the thing is, I don't even have to show up. I did not say I was going to show up and threaten his life. No. I am saying I will show up and protect anybody he is counter-protesting against. I will protect the children that show up from a creepy dude that's probably Antifa in a creepy pedophile-looking van. That is what I am offering to do, and that is not a threat. That is a promise if the owners of the property will be more than willing to have me on there. You don't want to mess with me. You already went after some of my loved ones earlier this year. You went after my friends. You put their lives in jeopardy. I've got videos of that, my guy. You don't want to cross me. You ain't got enough levels in this delusional fantasy land of yours that you seem to be living in your own mind to unlock the main boss character, Mr. Trench. Don't walk into that dungeon with me, buddy. Freaking level 1 slime character. Disgusting. But you know what? One of my admins thought it would be funny if I had you on my live and have a little debate. Oh, goodness. What do y'all think about that? I doubt he actually would, to be honest with you. And quite honestly, I don't have the equipment for it. Internet is my biggest problem. It's streaming and restreaming and stuff like that. I don't have the capability of doing that. But I do want somebody that we can trust as a third party that isn't me or him to host. Like, somebody like, I don't know, WYSIWYG would be an awesome choice, to be honest with you. Shout out to him. He does a good job on his stream. That would be amazing. I just don't have the technology for it or the bandwidth. Because, again, I'm in a freaking 18-wheeler, if y'all haven't noticed. You know, I'm on that truck stop internet. Come on. I'm on that 4G, that 5G. Oh, no, it's 4G again. Crap. You know, that's what I'm dealing with. So it's kind of hard for me to do that. But, yeah, I would like to debate him on a very neutral platform. I feel like that would be very interesting, to be completely honest with y'all. So get the word out there to some live streamers and we'll see how it goes. And quite honestly, depending on how this event goes on Thursday, we'll see if I do pull out a restraining order against him or not. I said I wouldn't. I don't want to. I want it to be peaceful. But if he's going to keep harassing people who are going to have, you know, hosting a children's event, you gonna go after that? Yeah, no. Gloves are off. I will protect everybody at that event if they will have me. Simple as that. Mother Nature says, someone was parked outside my house last night. When I came home from the store, I walked up to see if they needed help. Car moved off fast. Yeah, isn't that disturbing? Like, seriously. Now imagine you're holding a children's event and a creepy dude in a van shows up and does that. Wouldn't you want somebody there on your side that was armed with body armor that can handle that situation for you? That's not necessarily the cops, because the cops only really show up to clean up the bodies, let's be honest. You know, that's just kind of how it is. But hey, if the cops could show up and protect the event, then I won't have to be there. It won't be necessary. So yeah, I just don't trust them. Look, the cops literally have zero obligation to protect anybody other than themselves. That's been proven in court, believe it or not. That has absolutely been proven in Supreme Court. Cops don't have to protect you. And honestly, you know, for a lot of these cops, they won't show up at your event unless you pay them to do it. Let's be honest. I'm offering to do it for free. Simple as that. Lily Justice says, he has weapons. He's bragged about them in his van. I wouldn't be surprised. I absolutely would not be surprised. Yeah, unless the cops have incentive, they're not gonna. Yeah, they probably won't. Faye Allen says we are pretty much on our own. Yeah, that's why we have a Second Amendment. We don't need the cops to babysit us. Okay. Dashun Grandpa says, "What can be done?" ? We protect the children. That's the first and foremost thing that needs to be done. We need to make sure that this is a safe event for the children and their families that show up. Again, it's a constitutional open carry state. Very strong stand your ground laws. That's first and foremost. Second, we protect the children. Okay. Third, we don't shut down the event. The owners, that's up to the owners. Okay, that's totally up to the owners of this event and their property. They want to shut it down or not. If they do, I totally understand. You know, wouldn't blame them. But honestly, as Americans, we should never back down from any of this crap. This is like terroristic behavior, and it's unacceptable. Hey, look who it is. It's Darth Trader 1. Hashtag Grandpa Tifa in the house. What? How's it going, man? Yeah, just go back and rewind and you see what we're talking about. A known, or I should say, a suspected Antifa associate has potentially threatened a children's event where apparently they're going to go meet Santa Claus with a bunch of light shows and stuff like that in the great state of Indiana. And I personally am offering my services, my non-professional protective services, to the owners of the property to show up armed and armored in order to protect the children. I can do it open carry. I can do it concealed. Doesn't matter. I can be out there for hours and hours and hours. Doesn't matter to me. I'm a hard-working truck driver. I've got a reefer strapped to the back. I'm used to the cold. And in fact, I quite enjoy it. You know what? This would be a good training exercise for me because I love to put myself and train myself under the brutally cold conditions like this. I really do. There's been times where I've gotten loaded and I'd be in the freezer for literally hours at a time. It's fun for me. It don't bother me one bit. And quite honestly, training under brutal conditions makes you even stronger when the conditions are good. Just saying. So for me, I just view it as a training event. Simple as that. And if he can counter-protest this event out on the road, then I can counter-protest him out on the roadway. Just saying. Just saying. Uh-oh, hold on. I thought I saw somebody else. Another one of mine. Hold on. Hey! Miss Mobo says, "Hey, Jen, Trench, and Vicky V." Hey, Miss Mobo. I hope you guys are doing good this Christmas season. By the way, I do plan on going... I was planning on going axe throwing. That'll probably have to get pushed back to next week. And if y'all want to come up, that'd be pretty cool. Got nothing against that, you know. But I'll be a little preoccupied with a little special someone, though. But, you know. You know, just saying. Deanna says, "Wrong kind of reefer, darn." Yes, a reefer unit, a 53-foot refrigerated trailer. You know, it's kind of funny because one time I had to get it repaired. So I call up a Carrier dealership because the reefer I had at the time was a Carrier. And I'm like, "Yeah, I got a 53-foot reefer. I was hoping you guys could repair it." And the guy's like, "Huh? You have reefer? You have? I mean, yeah, sure, you could come by, but I mean, if you're trying to, are you trying to sell it? Like, were you trying to sell your reefer?" The guy was a stoner, and I realized a little bit too late that it was like a Carrier dealership, as in like air conditionings for houses and not for reefer units, even though it's technically the same company. Yeah, I called up the wrong dealership, and he didn't understand what a reefer unit was. It was kind of funny. It was actually hilarious. And then I was like, oh, once I realized he thought I was talking about drugs. I'm like, no. I'm talking about getting the unit serviced. Then I had to explain to him. He's like, oh. He was a young kid. You know, you could tell he did drugs. It was freaking hilarious. But yeah, that's a little side story for you guys there. But yeah, you know, Trench don't do drugs. I do not do drugs. No, and besides, I get PP tested all the time. In fact, I actually went and got a bunch of. I went back to the doctors a second time, and just for another round of testing, just for myself. I didn't have to do that. But you know, I've been on this health kick lately. Been trying to improve my life a little bit, especially after my heat stroke. I realized how important it was. So yeah, I'm getting tested to make sure that there's nothing wrong with me, which I don't think there is. It's just, you know, it could take a couple months, even a year, to fully recover from it, and I get it. But you know what? I'm feeling good right now, and quite honestly, considering how cold it's going to be later on this week, I think we're going to be good. So, just saying. You are 100% right. Darth Trader 1 says, a reefer unit will keep the bodies from stinking. Just saying. Yeah, there's no way to determine a body from, I don't know, swinging meat. Well, it's on its way to Louisiana to go visit some gators in the bayou. Oh goodness, I'm gonna say that. I know somebody's gonna clip that part right there. Y'all should totally clip that, send it to the trolls. Be like, oh, Mr. Trench said this. I can't believe it about human bodies and swinging meat. Oh my god. I love it. You know, I actually love when the trolls do that to me, because then people go back and watch my content even more. It makes me more popular. It makes me a lot more popular. And I freaking love it. My trolls are the best way to grow this channel. And honestly, if you don't have trolls, then you wouldn't be doing something right. Just saying. I tried to message the person this is about on Twitter. Unfortunately, I don't have her direct contact information, and that's why I'm trying to ask my audience to reach out to her. I tried. One of my admins did have access. My admin messaged her. So when she gets a message from a random person, at least she knows that it's one of my admins on my behalf. Deanna says, swinging meat. Oh my. Yeah, that's actually a thing. It's one of the worst loads you can actually haul. Swinging meat does not stop. You hit the brakes and that meat just swings and the truck keeps going forward even though you're slamming on the brakes, and then you're like, oh no, this is bad. Oh, goodness. Faye Allen says, National Guard are not going to do anything. Yeah, I don't see why the National Guard would show up to an event like that. Oh, goodness. My admin, Jen Sensa, says, really? Again? I have no idea what you're referring to. I missed that. Sorry. There was a bunch of comments that went flying, but I'm assuming you're talking to Vicky V. Speaking of which, Vicky V says, can I be hashtag slap Tifa at Jem Simpson? Oh, that's great. Al Murchison, which I'm pretty sure was trolling me the other day, says, great donos on Rooster last night. Okay. Rooster seems to be doing something interesting with the whole restreaming thing. I don't really fully understand, but Rooster's pretty cool. I like Rooster. Lily Justice says, I reached out also privately for you, Mr. Trench. But yeah, I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool how Rooster's got that whole I don't know how you call it. It's like an animated character. Like I know how that works. I've got software on my computer that can actually do that too. But hers is like, yeah, hers is next level, which is pretty cool. I just find it kind of interesting how she does that. I don't know about the whole restreaming thing. I'm kind of curious. Like I don't quite understand what her content is yet, but I've been watching every now and then just to try and figure it out. Oh, is this has to do with the National Guard comment? Dashan Grandma says, Joe is with Texas National Guard. Okay. Al Murchison says, yours were hilarious. Why, thank you. Thank you so much. I love being hilarious. But honestly, what we're talking about today is no laughing matter, to be completely honest with you. I'm dead serious. If I gotta show up in Indiana to protect children against some dude showing up in a creepy-looking, pedo-looking free candy van thing going on, yeah, I absolutely will. I'll do that to protect the children against him. So he ain't no counter-protester at that point. That's stalking and harassment. He's already said some very nasty, vile things against him, and honestly, they should probably follow a restraining order. Jen Sister says, buy you alligator food. I've heard you say that before, yeah. That's a bit of an inside joke, guys. That's a bit of an inside joke. But yeah, you know, I'm just saying, I've got a 53-foot reefer unit, so turn that bad boy on. I can make it anywhere across the country in a single tank of fuel. Hot damn. Just saying. Oh, check it out, guys. I got this cool Mexican drink today. I've shown off these Mexican drinks in the past. It's Jarritos grapefruit. Of course, it is. I should have gotten the pineapple one. It is alcohol-free. I love it. Mexican soda. It's amazing. Oh yeah, it tastes just like grapefruit. Grapefruit soda. I got a burrito. Some chorizo. Make sure I say it right. It's amazing. Little, Mexican restaurant at the truck stop I was at a couple minutes ago before I started all this. Here we go. Ellie says, yes, if they go today and file an RO against him, that would keep him away. Yeah, that's why I need as many people as possible to warn them that he may show up to their property. Oh, dang. Oh, snap. Darth Trader 1 says, Why would you want to make the gator sick with that petri dish full of who knows what? Oh, you're right, man. Dang it. I didn't even think about that. Gosh. Like, and I love me some gator. I'm not going to lie. Gator meat is freaking amazing. You're right. I wouldn't want contaminated gator. That'd be real bad. Well, I don't know. I mean, there's plenty of places up in Montana, Wyoming. Go get you some buffalo, right? Buffalo is meh. I'll eat buffalo, but, you know, eh. But yeah, I love me some gator. It's the other white meat. Tastes just like chicken. Drifter Shelley, I completely agree. Drifter Shelley says, we should not have to file a restraining order. I know. This guy has had multiple ROs against him. He can't even see his freaking family. He can't see his niece. I think his father was a truck driver, sadly enough. And he's doing all of this crap, you know. Dark Trader says, U.S. Fish and Wildlife would be after for contaminating their food supply. Yeah. You're probably right. You're probably right. And that Park says, elk is better. I've had elk jerky before. Oh, no, yeah, I've had elk. It's a little, the elk I had was kind of gamey, to be honest with you. I was not, like, super, I don't know what the word is, satisfied. I didn't, like, I'll eat it, you know? But I was like, yeah, I could do without. Maybe it's because I'm just used to too many cheeseburgers. The chorizo, which is like Mexican sausage, if you guys don't know. It's delicious. Ellie says, I agree, Shelly, but he won't stop. Yeah, well, eventually somebody's going to stop him, and it probably won't be me. Even if I did show up, it probably wouldn't even be me. And that's the sad part. I mean, seriously, it's a constitutional carry state. The moment he runs up to some freaking vehicle trying to protest like that, that's got kids with it, you think that daddy ain't gonna have a firearm to protect his children in that vehicle? I'll just be there to call the cops, to be completely honest with you, if something does go down. I mean, seriously, like, I almost feel sorry for him, except he's doing this to himself. This, honestly, to me, guys, this is like extreme self-hatred, self-destruction type behavior coming from him, and it kind of makes me sad. Makes me really, really, really sad. Drifter Shelley, was it you that recommended that book to me, by the way? Because it just got in today. I got the notification on the live stream. Yeah. Let me, I'm gonna check email real quick that I got a minute ago. Give me a second, guys. We're gonna see if this is worth reading on the stream or not. Okay, good. So it looks like the people hosting the event are already aware, guys. Breaking news. They are already aware. They are letting the police know. It's possible that Ant might have gotten charged with something just now. I don't know how true that is. I will have to reach out to them. Please, the person that sent me, I believe it was Christy, I will reply to your email as soon as this live stream is done. Give them my email address and let them know if they want me to show up. Just email me and just let me know. Okay. I have no problem offering a little bit of extra protection. We'll see if he actually got charged or not. That's not verified information, guys. But apparently the cops are being made aware. Yes, it was Drifter Shelley. Thank you. Drifter Shelley says, yes, I recommended Sacred Sex. Excellent book. It just came in. There's like 3 books with that title, and it took me a minute to find the right one. Because like one was talking about like a bunch of random religious weird things. The other seemed like it was the right one. And there was a third one that I didn't know what it was about. But yeah, so, oh, look at this. Chip's mom says, what's up, Trenchy? Trenchy, that's an interesting nickname. Well, we're talking about what's going on right now. A little certain somebody got a copyright strike on their channel and is deciding to counter-protest, in his own words, a completely unrelated third party at a children's event, a children's Christmas event on Thursday. So we'll see what's going to happen about that. I am officially offering my services as a professional driver because I am not officially a security personnel or whatnot, but there's nothing stopping me from showing up to protect children, because again, I protect children And I am offering to do that against somebody that might show up with a creepy-looking, free candy, pedophile-looking van. So that's what you've missed out on. The cops might have made aware, and we'll see if they take out a restraining order against him or whatnot, because this is serious. This is very, very serious. Oh, goodness. Hold on, guys. I got to get caught up on some comments. Y'all are going crazy here. Drifter Shelley says, awesome. Yeah, I'll read it. Again, I got the book so cheap. It was like $1.50. Couldn't believe it. Hard book, hardcover. I can go pick it up right now if I really want to, but I'm not going to. I'll wait. 'Cause I'll have to come back through this way anyways. Ellie says, if he's still in Illinois, Indiana isn't that far away, so they could arrest him. Yeah, that is possible. They can extradite him. Christy says, Ant has court for violation of his RO. Can't remember the date. Yes, I do remember that. That's the last time he got arrested. That's why he got arrested. He violated a restraining order. That was like 2 months ago, I think. Chip's mom says, immature peeps do immature BS. Honestly, this is so far beyond just being immature, to be completely honest with you. He is threatening this, in my personal opinion, he is threatening the safety and security of children and families. And we already know that he is willing to do dangerous, aggressive acts with that creepy-looking van of his. So imagine when there's actually children involved with this, how dangerous of a situation. What's he gonna try and do showing up at a van like that to a children's event? Are you freaking kidding me? Lord knows what it's going to look like when he gets there, because we already know he likes to conceal his identity by repainting his van. You seriously going to allow that anywhere near children is disturbing at best. I mean, I'm just saying, this is incredible. Jen Sissa says, Darth, just don't toss him candy or he'll want to arrest for assault. He'll want you arrested for assault. Hashtag Candy Tifa, right? Yeah, I know. That's awesome. That is awesome. Jen Sisson also says 30 years of softball. Can't help it. That is hilarious. That is so hilarious. Drifter Shelley says, I didn't know there were 3 books with that name. Sorry about that. No, I figured it out. The most Christian looking one is the one that I bought. Can't wait to read it. Vicky V says, toss? Heck, that was a bullet fast throw. LOL at Jim Simpson. Oh, goodness. I'm just saying, Mr. Trench, don't throw candy. Just saying. My candy's a little bit heavier. I don't know. Is it 114 grains? 111 grains? I don't know. It's about 9mm in diameter. You know, you get the idea. It's actually hollow in the middle. And it comes straight from the Holy Land. And yes, I have prayed that God blesses every single one of my bullets as they come from His land. Just saying, straight from Israel. Amazing candy is what Mr. Trench has got. And I have no problem using it to protect children if it comes down to it. But God, I don't want to have to do that. I don't want to have to do that. But I will if necessary. That's not a threat. That's a promise. I will protect children if they will allow me to be at their event. Lucky Me Linda says, van is purple with pink hood. Yeah, I showed a picture a couple minutes ago. That's the last known picture of the van. But he paints his van. He's been known to do that. So, I'm going to take a screenshot of that and save that for later. Ooh, look at that. Y'all rolled the comments on me. Oh, here we go. Look who's showing up in the group chats, guys. Now that you're here, I will address you directly. I don't even care to actually read your comment. I just know that you're here. Oh, you did repaint. Yeah, that's what I kind of figured you did. Look, they've been made aware that you're going to show up. The cops are already aware. I'm saying this directly to you now because he's in my stream now, guys. Someone let the Pineapple Pirates know he's here. He's watching the stream. Listen up very closely, okay? If you're not backing down from this, then neither am I. You want to counter-protest them? Counter-protest, fine. I'll counter-protest you for showing up at a children's event in a creepy-looking van. And I'm not talking about murdering some. I won't even have to do anything, okay? I just have to show up armed. That's the reality of it. Either the police will pick you up, you'll probably catch multiple restraining orders that aren't even from me. They'll probably get one against you. Like, seriously, man. What happens when you got that creepy, pedophile-looking free candy van that's painted, God knows what way you've painted it by now, and a parent, a father with his kids in his vehicle sees you out there acting like a lunatic, what do you think is going to happen to you? Remember Branson? Remember what happened when you showed up in Branson? The locals, they weren't even anything to do with the Hootenanny Convoy of Honor. It was the freaking locals that showed up and said something about you. They were the ones that almost beat the shit out of you, my guy. Wasn't us. Well, it was probably one or two of us once you put my sister's life in danger. Once you pull that little stunt that you pull, try to get the views so that you can clip and show only a little bit. Imagine what happens if you show up in another constitutional carry state and you threaten children's safety. I think, my personal opinion, you are the pedophile. And you are projecting your sins onto other people. And there's going to be a lot of people with a lot of family, and if you show up, I'm showing up. And you're not a high enough level to contest me. I've got level 4 body armor, an actual battle helmet, and plenty of weapons, my guy. I will protect everybody against that event from you specifically. If necessary, I will do it legally. I will put my life on the line to protect people against you. I will protect those children against you if they will have me at that event. And now that you're in my chat, I hope that word's already gotten back to the owners of this event, the people hosting this event. You don't want to show up there, buddy. It's a constitutional carry state. Castle law abduction doesn't just apply to your house, my guy. It's got stand your ground laws, which means on public property, people can be protected. You don't want that smoke, my guy, and it probably won't come from me. For God's sakes, my guy, if you are that suicidal, please seek help. Because what you're about to do is suicidal at best. Please don't do that, man. Look, guys, I'm going to do something here because I know he's watching this. Give me a second. I'm going to do something right now since we're talking about this, because what he's doing is just crazy. Okay? This is nuts, guys. This is so far out of hand. And why can't I find the number when I want the number? Are you kidding me? Okay, here we go. I'm going to share this. Okay, this is from a government website, okay? And I hope you do call this number. I want you to call or text this number, 988. Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. Because what you're talking about doing, because somebody put a copyright strike on your channel, is literally suicidal, my guy. Don't show up to an event with children in a creepy looking van. Regardless if I am there or not, somebody, one of those parents, will protect their children against you. And it won't be like Branson this time, dude. There will be kids around. People are not going to play games this time around, my guy. Word has already gotten out about you. Please, I am pleading you, contact 988, Suicide Crisis Lifeline. Look, all you gotta do is type in, what did I type in? Suicide Hotline. I DuckDuckGo'd it. You can Google it. It will pop up lots of numbers for you to call. Please, do this research. Call one of these numbers, 988. I don't want you to lose your life. I don't want you to lose your life. Please don't put yourself in jeopardy. This isn't a joke. This isn't a joke, Mr. Hanson Pants. Mr. Defender of Assholes. Yeah, I'm still going to cuss you out, too. Still ain't told me who Luke Kuhn is, and I still don't believe you when you say you ain't associated with him. Word's gotten out about that. You keep saying AP's a hero. Well, AP was hanging out with Luke Kuhn, wasn't she? So, you know what? There's going to be a lot of concerned parents at this event that are, they're probably going to think you and AP, which you praise so, which you simps over so easily. Like, you're such a simp for AP for some reason. And people know that she hung out with Luke Kuhn. So, they know you're going to show up at this event on Thursday? Well, then so am I. But for God's sakes, please call the suicide hotline number. I am begging you. Because what you're about to do is suicidal at best, my guy. It's like It would be like the same thing like suicide by cop. I mean, seriously. How many times can you run up to somebody with a gun and yell and scream all of these crazy things with children around, and you think people are not going to pull out a firearm on you? I won't even have to. Other parents will. It's so sad, and he's so delusional talking about whatever. I'm not even going to bring up his comments on my live stream today. I'm just not going to do that, guys, because I'm sad. But instead, I am going to... Okay? Please. It's 988, okay? That's the number you need to call. 988. Okay? No one's wanting to kill you, DOA. Nobody is wanting to kill you. But they absolutely freaking will if they think that you're threatening their children. That's the number right there. You see that? That number right there. 988. I just did. I duck-duck-go'd it. Suicide hotline number. 988. For God's sakes, please call that number. Nobody wants to have to hurt you. That's what you need to understand. You need to get that through that thick suicidal skull of yours. Nobody wants to hurt you. But they fucking will. They absolutely will. And it will be legal for them to do so. You already have a past history of putting people's lives in jeopardy with that van of yours. So what do you think is going to happen when you show up to an event that has children with a pedophile-looking van? What do you think is going to happen in a state where killing somebody for defending their child against a guy that's outside in the cold, yelling and screaming with a van that looks like he can adopt their children with? That's legal. Nobody wants to have to kill you. But the parents, good luck, man. Please don't do it. For your own life, my guy, please don't do something this suicidal. You might as well run up to a cop with a weapon, yell and kill me. That's basically what you would be doing. Effectively, the result would be the same. Showing up to an event with children with a creepy looking van that you can abduct children with. Please don't do it. Get help. Call that number. So sad, guys. So sad. But yeah, Trench is going to show up to protect those families. If I will do it with permission, and only with permission. You know, it's funny, like, they're projecting their just mental instability on me right now in the comments, and it's kind of sad. We already know who the trolls are. Like, I've got my regular people in the chat here, you know. We already know who the trolls are. We are the same trolls. They jump on everybody else's live stream and troll on them, like Al Murchison. Wow, Trent, you sound like a psychopath. Do I really? I guess I would sound like a psychopath to you, considering that you are probably the one that's mentally unstable, which is kind of sad. I spend every single morning in prayer, meditation, and in the Bible, like literally reading scripture. I spend my time driving this truck. I spend my time making these live streams, talking about the moralities of what is right and what is wrong. And just because I am talking about defending children, that makes me sound like a psychopath, saying that I absolutely freaking will if it comes down to it. See, DOA, now I have to block that comment. What if that's the one rule and you just broke it, dude? No potty mouth cuss words, talking about bad stuff in the chat. Like, that's literally the one thing, and I'll just put you on a timeout, okay? We're just going to put you on a 5-minute timeout. Okay, you're not permanently banned from this channel, but see, he's talking this kind of stuff that's just absolutely. You know what? I'll let my admins handle that. If y'all want to delete DOA's comment, I'll leave it up to you. Oh, I'm sorry, I almost blocked Patty. Ooh, whoops, a doodle. That would have been a mistake. But yeah, DOA's going to be on a 5-minute timeout because he's just talking some very disturbing shit right now, guys, and I'm like. It's the one thing I don't... No one's threatening you, my guy. Okay, nobody is threatening you. But if you continue on this course, you are on a very... Sorry, Patty. No, you're not banned. Patty's not banned. It was brown and then brown, so I thought it was another one of his messages. But anyways, look, what you're doing right now, you are on a crash collision course with death, okay? It probably won't be me that does it. It'll be someone who thinks that he's trying to protect his child against you. If you show up, then so am I. I'm only a few hours away. And I have a lot of incentive to head in that direction, actually. Believe it or not, I really do. But yeah, please don't. For God's sakes, please don't. For your own life, your own safety, please do not show up. Yes, Al Murchison. See, here's the thing. All life should be honored, even DOAs. Trench's bullets are blessed by God. He's not a psychopath. LOL. I have prayed over all of my weapons. I have prayed over all of my bullets, and I have prayed that I would never have to use anything in self-defense. But I have also prayed that God would give me the strength, the wisdom, and the courage to do so only if necessary. And only if necessary. That's a blessing. That is an absolute blessing. Jen Simpson says, let him spew his BS. Okay, well, after 5 minutes, because I already timed him out. After 5 minutes, he can come back on. And DOA, if you're still watching, again, find a third-party live streamer, and we can both debate at the same time. Let's do that. I'd be willing to do that. Not my live stream, because then people are going to say that I control things. One of my admins today wanted me to do that with you. So let's find a third party and let's do it. Okay? Ellie says, state troopers are waiting for him. Yeah, it's kind of impossible to not see that freaky candy van. And Illinois actually does have a very strong... It's one of the few states that actually does have a very strong state trooper presence. So the moment he crosses the border, they'll see him. I don't even know if he has a license, guys. Like, I legit don't know if he has a license. That's right. Look at this. T2's Mini Pearl says, I always pray my ammo will hit its mark. That's right. That's another one of the things I pray over. Because Lord knows, if I have to, if I have to dispatch somebody in a crowd, if it ever came down to that, then I would make sure for God's sakes, please hit its mark. I would show my firearm on the live stream, but I can't do that because YouTube live stream. So, it's one of those things, guys, I can't show. But y'all can go back and watch some of my other videos if y'all want to see that. I posted the one with the Liberal Trench video. That's a good one. Go check out either Mountainside Outfitters video or the Liberal Trench video where I show off some of my firearms. And if you think that's all of them, you're dead wrong. Yes. Just saying. I've got a lot of them. They're all just sitting in a vault at home. I have an entire freaking arsenal. I could literally arm an entire neighborhood if I wanted to. And that is the American way. Weapons are quite literally part of my religion, and yes, I do pray over my weapons and my ammo. That doesn't make me crazy. That makes me blessed. Because I never want to have to hit... I never want to hit an innocent person. Just saying. I never want to have to miss my mark. And I train very hard to make sure that my bullets do hit their mark, and believe me, I'm a pretty good freaking shot. I can actually shoot... Oh, look at that! It's finally happening! It's finally happening! The Pineapple Pirates! Oh no, the Pineapple Pirates are here! I might have to hide my live stream. Last time y'all crashed my live stream, I hit like 200 on the live and it crashed. I was going to show you something too, guys. I've got actually a training kit that I picked up recently. I can't show it though. I'm not going to take the risk of showing it on the live stream. It's freaking YouTube. Maybe I'll do a Rumble live stream eventually. Y'all got to follow me over at Rumble. It's got to be worth my time. Oh, here come the pineapples. Oh, the pineapple sunglasses. See, now I feel bad because I'm drinking grapefruit today instead of pineapple. Oh my goodness, y'all are awesome. Here they come, guys. Let me get some pineapples in the chat. Pineapple pirate flags. Let's see it. Again, non-alcoholic, Mexican soda. It's amazing. Oh, they're all the pineapple pirates. That's awesome, guys. That's freaking awesome. But yeah, seriously though, what's going down on Thursday is it's serious. Mods for Tool says if I can click it between all these pineapples. Mods our Tool says, can you spell the name of the soda? Yes, it is Jarritos. Jarritos. Natural flavor soda. This is the grapefruit flavor. I know it looks like a beer bottle, but it's not. It's just soda. And it is delicious. Actually, I haven't had a drink in a long time. It's been months. Red Squirrel says, we got your back, especially when it comes to DOA. I can get a ride anywhere in the country. Yeah, so can I. Oh, and of course, here comes Ahmed. Oh, my goodness. My goodness, guys. Oh, boy. Yeah, it's quite serious. You know, he's talking about, to catch everybody up, because I see I got a bunch of people that just jumped on the live stream. A little certain somebody, who y'all know who he is at this point in time, because I've made it clear. He got a copyright strike on his channel. Now he is, I don't know, is it threatening, blackmailing? I don't know what the right thing, y'all can decide on that. Ultimately, the legality of it will decide. He's threatening to show up at a children's Christmas event that's got a bunch of lights so that they can go meet Santa Claus or whatnot. And, counter-protest 1776, which this has nothing to do with 1776 from what I understand. This has literally nothing to do with it. But he's looking at counter-protest in the state of Indiana. Now, I'm looking to get some information and obviously the go-ahead permission from the property owners and, you know, whoever's holding the event, if it's not the same people, to show up myself, if I can show up myself, to help protect the event. I am not a professional armed guard or anything like that. I'm obviously not a police officer, but it doesn't matter. That state's constitutional carry with very strong castle doctrine, standard ground laws, and I absolutely can show up, and it would be an honor to show up to protect children against a guy showing up in a creepy-looking van during their Christmas event. Apparently, law enforcement's already been made aware, from what I understand, and I will reply to that email giving me information. I will reply to it later as soon as the live stream is done, but this is a serious thing, guys. Like, what he's doing is, like, straight up, honestly, this is suicidal. Again, the number that he can remember it is 988. For God's sakes, please call that number, dude, because you're suicidal. You might as well just be running up to the cops with a weapon saying, shoot me, shoot me. You might as well be doing the same thing. Only, instead of suicide by cop, it's going to be suicide by father, suicide by mother. It's so sad. It is so, so sad. He needs help, guys. He needs Jesus in his life. And I will pray for him tonight. But yeah, I won't even have to do anything. I'll still show up to protect him, but I probably won't even have to. If Indiana, excuse me, I keep saying Illinois. Don't know why I keep saying Illinois. It's Indiana. If Indiana doesn't show up, they won't even have to, because there's so many people nowadays. It's constitutional carry. Everybody has guns. Everybody has guns. And if you're going to show up to an event with children and think that the daddy ain't got a gun, or even the mommy ain't got a gun to protect her little cublings, you know, her little baby cubs, her little babies, yeah, you got something else coming. Because I know if I was a father and I saw something like that outside of a children's event, yeah, it'd be guns out for me. I'd be ready. I'd be ready to rock and roll, especially if a dude was outside of his van yelling and screaming at people as they go check out the event. Yeah, it's on. This ain't DC. Don't worry about that sound, guys. It's just my batteries. Let me grab my light here, which feels kind of light. No, it's in there. Okay. I'm grab my light and set it up because it's already starting to get dark. It actually kind of snowed here earlier. We'll get a little better lighting for y'all. It actually snowed, but it didn't stick, so it looks like it's snowing like higher up. It's just melting before it hits the ground, which is kind of weird. So there's not a lot of light outside, and the cold, it kills the batteries on the truck. I haven't even been running anything, and it already killed the batteries. Batteries like to set at a certain voltage. It's just natural. It's fine. Oh my goodness. I have to read this comment. I have to read it. Red Squirrel says, maybe he'll try to swallow a pineapple. Maybe he'll try to swallow a pineapple. Oh goodness, oh goodness, oh goodness. Well, Red, you know what event he's planning on showing up at, so not that hard to figure it out, buddy. Again, I'm getting permission before I show up, and honestly, it's like half a day's drive from where I'm at. So I was planning to work, but honestly, this is more important. Protecting the children against somebody that shows up in a creepy-looking van like that's important. Who has already been known to be violent, you know, especially while behind the wheel. Imagine, what's he going to do? Like, drive around aggressively while people are trying to get into this event? Like, put people's lives in danger that way? For God's sakes, please don't do that, because then you're basically giving people permission to open fire on you. Like, seriously, you want to give people permission to open fire? Try and put their lives in jeopardy as they're trying to pull into a driveway and see how well that turns out for you. Oh, sir, please don't impede me with your gun. Help. Yeah, it'll be another one of those, only this time you'll probably wind up shot. And it probably won't be from me. That being said, I am a hell of a marksman. Just saying. And that being said, I don't need a weapon. It's nothing more than a force multiplier. Really, it matters what's in here. In your heart. Clearly, your heart is full of hatred. It's so sad. Mine is full of love for you. More importantly, love for everyone else that you might endanger. You should have never put my family and my friends in jeopardy, my guy. So now you got a whole nother problem you got to deal with. You, seriously, don't show up at this event. Because regardless if I show up or not, there will be people there that will be more than happy to put you 6 feet under. That's just how it is. It's constitutional carry. And yeah, I know, I see Ahmed in the chat, guys. I know. Oh my goodness. Ahmed the Dead Terror says, he is very smart, smarter than all of you. Well, if showing up to an event where you know it's a constitutional carry state in a creepy looking van to counter protest a children's event, that's smart. Okay. Yeah, that's a bit disturbing, guys. And then they call me the one that's a psychopath. Like, Trench is dangerous. Trench has nothing more than BB guns. Well, I proved that wrong. Oh, Trench is dangerous. Trench does threats. No, I'm not talking about threats. I'm talking about self-defense. You show up at a children's event, you get what you get. Just saying. Oh, I'm just going to be out on the road. It won't matter. Okay, it won't matter. Because there's no guarantee that you won't have a firearm. There's no guarantee you won't try to shoot across the property. Distance does not matter in these situations, and that's what you need to understand. Although statistically, most self-defense situations do happen within 25 feet. I wouldn't put it past him if he had a firearm or not, because people have already said that he does. That's word on the street, at least. I've made it known that I do. Whether or not I have him in the truck, none of your business. Do you think DOA is smart? Chip's mom says. Now I understand so much about the critter trolls. I know, right? Alright, guys, let's try not to bash poor Ahmed too much. He's actually kind of entertaining. Drifter Shelley says, see you later, Mr. Trench Trucker. Have a blessed day. You too. Honestly, I'm not going to be on this live stream for much longer. I've been on here for an hour and 28 minutes. We'll take it to an hour and a half, and I'll end this. Thank you so much for the 100 people that showed up in today's live stream, guys. Y'all are awesome. The pineapple parts, you actually didn't crash my live stream this time. Because the other day, y'all totally crashed my live stream, and then I got like 10 people showing up after that. But yeah, guys, so all of this over a freaking copyright strike, and he's threatening an event that's going to have children at it. This is a children's event that he's threatening. I will answer that email. I want all my viewers, if you know who is hosting this event, I'm not going to say who it is. But if you know, I'm going to read that comment real quick. If you know who is holding the event, please reach out to them and let them know I am here to help if they will have me. Last comment. Al Mertis says, DOA is an idiot like Red and Brett. Well, I'll have to agree to you about DOA being an idiot for sure. And honestly, I don't even know who Brett is. Not even worth my time. Christy says, what kind of children's event is this? Storytime drag? I'm assuming you meant drag show. No, it's literally Christmas lights, and they get to go meet Santa. That's just it. It's not a... Why is it... One last thought, guys. I'll take us a little over an hour 30. Why is it that their thing, like, that they do for children is literally, like, in bars, and it's literally, like, children drag show story hour? Disgusting, absolutely disturbing behavior. And stuff that we do is, like, lights with Santa Claus. Like, literally just drive through a driveway with lights and Santa. That tells you the difference between us and guys like freaking DOA that probably believe in that crap. You want to go protect the children? Go after them in those kind of events. Those story time drag show events. Freaking disgusting. Anyways, guys, I gotta get off here. I need to go check in because I haven't even checked in yet. I haven't even checked in. It looks like Mr. Hanson Pants didn't want to show up. I guess I pissed him off with that 5-minute ban. Oh, timeout, I should say. He's not banned. He's only timed out for 5 minutes. He was. But, he doesn't like to stick around very long. Still want to know what, his association is with AP and Luke Kuhn. But, it is what it is. That's about it, guys. That's about all I got for you. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Again, guys, the number that please call 988. Okay? Seriously, it's 988. That is the suicide prevention hotline. Okay? Just looked it up a little bit while ago. For God's sakes, please call that number. And I'm hoping that it'll actually pop up on the live stream. Where's my comment? Because it takes a minute. Alright, seriously. 988. Call that number, Ant. Because what you're doing is suicidal. Like, you don't mess with children. You do not mess with children. Okay? Please don't do this. You might as well be committing suicide if you did. Please don't. For God's sakes, please don't. Your life is valuable. You're still a human freaking being at the end of the day, even though you're delusional. And I don't want to see you dead. Please don't do this. Don't force parents in a situation that you can't overcome. Because you won't. That's about it, guys. Again, if you guys know who is running this event, tell them to contact me. I'm going to drop my email address. Okay, guys, I'm going to link my email one more time. We'll give it a second to pop up. Okay, GG says, well, I can't really read that because I'm wrapping things up, but everybody's life is valuable. Every single person's life is valuable. Unless you have sold your soul to the devil, your life matters. Alright, let's see. Mr. Trench Trucker says, no. This is my email. It's right here, right up here, guys. Right up top. Mr. Trench Trucker at proton.me. Contact them for me on my behalf. Okay, tell them to email that email address. That's where they can find me. And if they want my help, I will show up on Thursday. I will absolutely show up if necessary. Alright, guys, that's it. I love you. Jesus loves you. So do I. Remember, God's holiest army is a bunch of dirty truckers. And this dirty trucker will be more than happy to engage, if necessary, for the protection of children against quite possibly an Antifa pedophile protector guy that, yeah, clearly has some kind of issues going on mentally. So I would be more than happy to do that. That's about it, guys. I honestly hope things go well on Thursday.
This the biggest bounce of the summer. Hey, if you come in and come down, play. If you feel too shy, then watch by me, watch by me. This the biggest bounce of the summer.
60 Minutes Rewind.
With the understatement and subtlety that show business usually applies to such people, he is known simply as the Great One. At his height, he was the most watched man on television, and since television never dies but goes into endless reruns, he is still very much there to see. He is known more for the roles he's played than for who he is himself. We decided to find out just who the Great One is.
Sure you haven't got any money?
No. It's against company
We'll
rules.
play for fun.
Portrait of a 68-year-old hustler and some memories. Herbert John Gleason, whose appetite for excess made him larger than life in every way, who pranced and partied from Brooklyn to Broadway, who rolled over the networks and the film studios to get what he wanted, who can't read, write, or play a note of music, but who sold millions of records of his made-up melodies, who performed feats of pure fancy as light-fingered as a jewel thief. Jackie Gleason is a natural, never studied or rehearsed, planned or practiced. He's winged it all his life. 50 years ago, a teenage wise guy with barely an act, and away he went.
I went to a place called Tiny Chateau, and I had this stale act of impersonations and a couple of real bad jokes. And I went on and did the first show, and they were all miners in boots and real tough crowd. Well, they almost booed me off. And Tiny, who was naturally 7 foot tall, when I came off, he said, "Come here." And he took me over to the phone, and he dropped quarters in to call New York. And everybody at the bar turned around and watched. And he got Solly Shore on the phone. He says, "How can you send me a bum like this?"
This
and
is
he
in front of the audience.
Yeah, in front of the people at the bar. And when Tiny hung up, he looked at me. And I guess I had that poor soul look up. And he felt sorry. He said, "Come on, I'll buy you a drink." So we had 1, 2, 3, maybe 15 drinks. And it's time for the second show. I went out and I killed people. I did somersaults, told jokes I never heard, played the piano, which I can't play. And when I came off, Tiny said, "Well, why didn't you do that in the first show?" I said, "Well, I'm just breaking in." So the next night, when I came downstairs, I tried to remember what I had done. And I knew the only way to remember was go to the bar and have about 15 drinks, and it would come to me.
In those days, of course, no television. And the next best thing, I guess, was Hollywood.
I got $250 a week at Warner Brothers, and they put me in gangster pictures. So then I came back to New York when a guy from Dumont saw me, and they wanted to replace the comedian on the Dumont network that was doing Cavalcade of Stars. 2 weeks at $600 was the contract. I went
Did you
up.
think there'd be no future for television?
No, as far as I was concerned, it was just a job. At that time, I didn't think I had anything for television.
The Dumont Network folded in a few years, but from the Cavalcade of Stars show came a cavalcade of Gleason characters. The Poor Soul, Reginald Van Gleason III, and a minor sketch about a Brooklyn couple and their upstairs neighbors that would evolve into a half-hour comedy on CBS.
Don't you understand? Thornton and I, we chip in $300 and we make $2,000. $2,000, Alice. That's big, big, big. This is probably the biggest thing I ever got into.
The biggest thing you ever got into was your pants.
Alice and Ralph Cramden, the honeymooners.
Being a Weisenheimer, Alice.
Bickering long before Edith and Archie Bunker. It was kitchen sink drama played for laughs.
Are you gonna give me the money?
No.
But the laughs were drawn from the painful childhood of Gleason himself. Comedy rooted, if not in tragedy, then in poverty.
The round table, the dismal surroundings, and the icebox, and the bureau, and everything went into the bureau.
Was that like the Gleason household?
Yeah. My mother had to work because my father had left when I was about 9 years old, 8 years old. And she had to work, so she couldn't take care of the home or the house or the flat very well and work at the same time. But she was a good mother, and everything was very pleasant, even though it was desultory.
I mean, not a lot of
Well, there was
affection.
There was a lot of affection, but the place was dull. The bulbs weren't very bright, and the surroundings, of course, were very bare.
Any of the stage business with that couple that you drew from?
Oh, there were
What?
many. There were many Cramdens in Brooklyn. Almost everybody was a Cramden in this particular neighborhood that I lived in.
Pretty lousy husband.
Well, no, not really, Morley. When you think of him, the poor soul hasn't got a hell of a lot of ability, but he keeps trying. He gets schemes, and his schemes are all to make he and Alice happy. And he fails. And when he fails, she feels a great deal of affection. She knows why he did it. And he apologizes all the time.
Of course, with all the bluff, he's
just an ordinary mokes that's trying to make it and just can't do it, that's all.
Why is this show as successful now, practically, in reruns as it was the first time round? There are only 39 shows
I could
or
give
something.
you 20 academic answers to that.
No.
But
Give
the
me
one
Jackie Gleason's answer.
It's funny.
The golf swing. First, step up. Plant your feet firmly on the ground and address the ball.
How much of the success was due to Norton?
do they mean by address the ball?
I say 90%. I'll give him 90%. He's just great. He was wonderful.
Step up. Plant your feet firmly. Hello, boy.
Out of the blue, Jackie Gleason decided he didn't want to do the show in New York. He wanted to do it in Miami.
When we're doing the honeymooners, I had a big contract for that for 2 years. And after the first year, I said I didn't want to do it. And they didn't believe me. They thought I had a job somewhere else. And finally, they realized that I just didn't want to do it. And when they approached me to do another show, I was in California making a picture, and I said, all right. I said, but I want a train that goes to Florida, because I had come down here and played golf and liked it, and I figured, might as well go to Florida and do the show, play golf all the time. And they went for it.
What was on that train?
Everything. We had 2 Dixieland bands coming from California, and they would spell each other. I'd say to them, take 5 miles. And the parties went on 24. I found out that I couldn't attend the parties.
Were there girls on that train?
Were there girls? There certainly were. And they were very, very nice girls. Nothing untoward happened. I know that sounds ridiculous, but it didn't. Might have been because the berths were too small, but regardless of that, nothing happened on that trip.
And was there a bar on that train?
A bar on the train was a bar.
I guess that's a classic example of what clout is.
Yes.
Say, a train, please.
That's right. When you've got good ratings, and you're 1, 2, or 3 in the ratings, there is nothing your little heart desires that they don't provide.
Doesn't work that way anymore, Mr. Gleason.
Did you have a comedy show?
You were making extraordinary money, 10, 11, 12, 13, $15 million, when $15 million was real money. Were those tough negotiations with CBS, getting that kind of money out of Mr. Paley?
Well, the first one we had was for $11 million. And I had a terrible hangover. And I was at the table with all the agents, and we had lunch at Paley's room. And I fell asleep. And Paley said, well, if that's his attitude, give it to him. So a hangover worked.
You even hustled the negotiations.
Well, I didn't realize I was doing it.
But you've always lived, I'm told, way over your head, even when you were earning a really big money.
I think everybody should make 2 fortunes. One to blow, to really live it up with, and then the other for security.
But when you were spending, I mean, it was excessive with the Rolls Royces and the trains and the handouts and almost.
Well, I should have had more respect for money, because I never had any. And I don't know why. And I also had no fear when I should have had fear. For instance, the way they used to get you in television, they would get you to paint yourself into a corner of luxury. Then they would start to dictate, because they knew that you feared losing that money. And so you'd give up your independence and go along with it. It was threats to your security and kudos to your ego. That's how they operated. But I learned that on the corner of Chauncey Street in Brooklyn when I was a little kid. And I knew when they were telling me how great I was that they had something coming up next that they wanted me to do.
You once had a television show that probably without doubt was about the worst show ever on television.
Oh, you're in the picture. A beauty.
We roll out some pictures. The panelists put their heads into holes that have been cut into the pictures. Now, they can't see what the picture is because we have a little collar under their chin. They try to guess what the content of the picture is or what they portray in the picture.
What possessed you to do
Well,
it?
all I can tell you that there were perhaps 30 executives in CBS who thought it was the funniest thing they had ever seen in their life. I began to think it was the funniest thing I had ever seen in my life. And then we did it, and crash. And I went to CBS and I said, I've got to go on next week and apologize to the audience. I can't. They said, what are you talking? This is a network. You can't do that.
Last week we did a show called You're in the Picture. That leg, without a doubt, the biggest bomb.
And the critics hailed them for it. You know, said, gee, at last the network is apologizing for a bomb.
How does that happen? How does such a dumb idea?
Because there are executives who have a great talent, and that talent is to say yes. That sounds like no, or no, that sounds like yes. So they continue in their job because they have this great talent. I might have been drinking too much, but I went along with it.
Were you drinking a lot in those days?
Not on show day. I would drink the rest of the week.
Why do I drink? Because I don't like to be gypped.
Perhaps it was art imitating life, but Gleason proved he could act, as Joe the Lush in Saroyan's The Time of Your Life for Playhouse 90.
No, I don't do anything. I live all the time.
As Mace, the grubby fight manager in the film Requiem for a Heavyweight, and as Minnesota Fats in The Hustler.
You were, at your height, I guess, the most successful man on television, and maybe even now you're past that. You may still have be the most successful guy ever been on television. Yet there have been no awards from television.
No, I won the Tony on Broadway.
Nominated for
I was
Academy
nominated
Award?
for an Oscar. I was nominated for an Emmy once. But that's as far, it's strange that the business that I devoted most of my endeavor to, that there shouldn't be some award. Now, Audrey, I believe, got an Emmy. Art did. June Taylor did when we were doing the variety show. Everybody got an Emmy but me.
The story will continue after this.
Ralph Cramden never did get out of Brooklyn, but Jackie Gleason took his revenge by living very well, by truly being the king of his castle.
In the other room, the game room, we have a crap table from Vegas.
He and his third wife, Marilyn, are rebuilding their Florida palace, almost destroyed by fire last year. It is, as he puts it, a prolonged vacation. A movie every few years, usually playing Smokey to Burt Reynolds' Bandit. Not even a heart attack 6 years ago has curbed his desire for La Dolce Vita, or his habit of smoking 5 packs a day. He has painted himself into that corner of luxury and has managed to stay there, despite a lifelong belief that having fun is better than having money.
If I were broke tomorrow, it would hurt for a while. But I'd go back to living like I used to live. You like that one, pal?
Tell me something. The Great One, where did that come from?
Well, Orson Welles called me the Great One first. And then Lucy started to call me that. And I'm really not offended by it.
Did you ever really believe it?
You just saw me play pool, didn't you?
So Catholics have the Vatican. Soccer fans, Old Trafford in Manchester. And for car guys like me, Jay Leno's garage. Jay, thanks again for bringing us back.
Hey, guys, wonder where they're going. Catholics have the Vatican. I go, oh, boy, this is totally different. I am in the wrong. Oh, I see. But yeah, I see. You're making a comparison.
Yeah, you know.
That's why you let people finish what they're saying. Okay.
You know, I try, right? I try. So anyway, thanks again for having us here.
Sure.
On hallowed ground, if you will.
Well, not really. I mean, it's a garage, and everything here runs and rolls, explodes, makes noise. I mean, that's sort of the fun thing. I didn't set out to have a collection. I just never sold anything. And some of the cars are very valuable, but some are just cars I like. Corvairs, Ford Falcons, cars I grew up with, you know, type of thing.
And the collection runs the gamut of older classic cars, newer performance
Yeah,
cars.
there's no theme to this, you know. I hate when people only have red cars, you know, or something like that. You know, it's just, I guess the theme would be anything of historical or technical importance, anything that was a noble failure, the double steam car. Even the Corvair was not considered successful, but they sold 1.8 million. Imagine you sell 1.8 million of anything now, they make you president of the company. But in the 60s, the Mustang sold 3 million.
Yeah.
1.8 million, what is that? You know, I mean, it's almost funny by comparison.
That kind of shocks me because knowing that now the reputation of the Corvair has been a sort of kind of a car that was like a lemon in some sense, but
not. The Corvair was a very innovative automobile. I think it's one of the greatest American designs of all time. When you look at a 66 Corsa now, I'll take it to a show and people go, is this a Carmen Gear? Is this European? Is this some kind of A-bar? No, it's a, what? You know, they never heard of a Corvair.
You know, I've only heard of it because of this sort of the really big fascination in classic cars these days.
Right.
The market is sort of really kind of exploding. And you know, we just had Monterey Car Week wrap up. Haggerty said there was $470 million in sales at the auctions this year, blowing away 2015's record year.
Right.
What do you think is going on in the classic?
Well, when money goes down, art, automobiles, collectible guns, things go up. People put their money in something more tangible. Well, if I'm going to lose my shirt, I might as well enjoy doing it. So instead of putting it in a 401k or something, I'll buy something I can use and enjoy, and hopefully it goes up in value. I mean, this is fairly recent in the sense of 25 years or 30 years. You know, when I was a kid, my dad was always amazed that somebody would pay more for an old car than a new car. My dad, we get a new Cadillac. Why would you buy a 30-year-old? You got a brand new Cadillac. I mean, it made no sense to him. He just didn't get it, you know. And it was just a different time. And it's only, I mean, my brother bought a Porsche Speedster, a '58 Porsche Speedster, for $800, I think, in '68. Fixed it up, sold it for $1,200. My father thought, oh my God, get it out of here, get the money. My dad couldn't believe he made $400 profit. Most recently, a friend of mine, well, this is a while ago too, 20 years almost, he bought an F1 McLaren for $800,000 or $900,000.
That's it?
Well, this is when it was new.
Yeah. Oh, when it's new.
And within a few years, he got an offer of $1.3 million. And he loved the car, but he said, I'm never going to see that kind of profit again. And he sold it, and of course now they're worth $20 million. So this idea as cars as investments is fairly new. I mean, to me, I don't look at it as investments because I would sell my home first. Everything else would go first. So the idea that it's worth a lot, well, it's very nice and it makes you look smart, but no.
I think for a lot of fans, and you can speak to this, is that a lot of people are coming in as the investment people come in, and it sort of makes it more unaffordable for people who really like cars to get into that market. Is that sort of a thing that you're seeing?
Well, there's an upside and a downside to both of those. The upside is, as cars become more valuable, people who make parts to fix that vehicle say, hey, this could be a worthwhile endeavor. Mechanics who repair those vehicles can make a living. I mean, there's a college called McPherson College in Kansas, and they give a 4-year degree in automobile restoration. This is the only country in the world where to be a mechanic, just say, I'm a mechanic. You know, there's a garage here in Burbank, has my favorite sign. It says, we specialize in all makes of cars. Well, how can you specialize in everything? It just sort of makes, you go to Germany and you have to have a degree, you have a paper that certifies that you are, a trained mechanic, you went to work on a car, Where here you just go, I'm a mechanic. People, oh, you said he was a mechanic, and you're a mechanic. So there are kids that come out of McPherson College and they start at, $100 an hour. You go to the Classic Center in Germany, or a lot of the heritage automakers now have classic centers where they make parts available for their older cars, and people it's like restoring the old masters, paintings and things of that nature. So that's the upside to it. I can remember when you could buy DB5 Aston Martins for $2,500. I mean, they were just another old car, and then the James Bond phenomenon and all of that, and it just hit the roof, and now they're $1.3 million, $1.5 million. But more are being saved. Cars that would have been thrown away as parts cars are now being taken back and restored.
So there is a flip side to that enthusiasm.
Yeah, I think that's okay. I mean, the idea is to get on the market before everybody else does. Try and figure out what a modern collectible will be. Like, for example, to me, a modern collectible would be a first-generation Miata. Easy to work on, no airbag, no crazy electronics, a little bit of electronics, not much, but just simple, fun to drive, nice to look at, clean design. You know, that would be an example. The Taurus Show from the late 80s, that front-wheel drive, that Yamaha V6 engine, very powerful, very fast. You know, the idea is to try and, if you're knowledgeable about automobiles and you like cars, whatever you like will probably go up in value because other people will like it too. So you try to keep ahead of the market.
I know you're a big EV evangelist. You own a Tesla for many years, and you have the Plaid now for a while.
Right.
Elon Musk just said that they sold their 3 millionth car about a month ago. Do you think anyone can catch up to Tesla and Musk right now, or are they sort of in the driver's seat when it comes to EVs?
Well, the thing you have to realize about Elon, which is very clever, he came to this garage in 2007 with his prototype, the Roadster. And that early one that had a 2-speed transmission and a couple other things.
Right.
And I remember we were sitting and he's telling me about it. He said, well, what I want to do is build charging stations all up and down the coast. And I'm going, okay, that'll happen. You know, like, oh, that sounds good. But you know, he started building the infrastructure almost at the exact time he started building the car. So when the car debuted, you could drive LA to San Francisco, and now you can go anywhere in the country. I mean, you see a lot of other automakers get in the EV market. Oh, you can charge it anywhere. No, you can't really. You might, but it's 110. You're going to be here 18 hours, and you know. So I think he should get a certain amount of credit for leading the charge, because before Elon, oh, it's a golf cart. People would joke about electric. Oh, they're slow, whatever it might be. So I give him a lot of credit for it. I mean, I think the EV will be the savior of the classic car industry.
Really?
Yeah, because much like the automobile was the savior of the American horse, you know. In 1900 in New York City, 60 tons of manure was dropped in the street every day. I mean, people got dysentery, and hot weather horses, like a junk man's horse, would drop dead in the street. They'd cut the reins and leave the carcass, and the thing would rot, and people would get... And all of a sudden, Henry Ford comes along with Model T and blows a little puff of blue smoke in your face. Oh, I'll take blue smoke over manure any day. You know, so that was, oh, okay. So now horses are primarily for recreation. And there are more horses now than there were in the mid-1800s, because people use them for enjoyment and beauty, and they take care of them. And that's the same thing with cars. You use your EV to sit on the 405 roll. I mean, sitting on the 405 freeway in a 426 Hemi, getting 8 miles to gallon, makes no sense at all. So you drive your EV. Then on the weekends, okay, you take your Hemi, you go to the car show, you go to Bob's Big Boy, whatever it might be, you know. So.
Yeah, especially a steam-powered car in the 405, not the best option.
Right.
So you mentioned Ford. I wanted to talk to you about that. You know, Jim Farley, I spoke to him at Monterey, and he's a big car guy. He's racing cars at Laguna Seca. He also split the business into 2 units to sort of capitalize on. We need to move fast.
That's why I'm very proud of American manufacturing. Everybody in Ford, GM, Dodge, they're all engineers now. In the old days, this is Bob from Admiral Washing Machines. He's going to help us with this, with the marketing of this. And
Maytag.
Yeah, Maytag. I mean, that's what they did. They brought marketing people in, and they put Go Fast stripes on it like a Ferrari. It's got a stripe on the hood just like a Ferrari. But you know. But now you got like Royce, the president of GM. He's at Nürburgring setting records with Cadillac. I mean, it's very funny. So, but you have real engineers. The businesses are lean. How they build a Corvette for $65,000, I have no idea. But I could barely paint one and restore one for that. So the fact that it's done in a union shop, and it's using high grade, a lot of magnesium, a lot of aluminum. It's not steel and torque converter transmissions. It's dual clutches. I mean, I'm really quite proud of American manufacturing. They've done an amazing job.
You know, that Corvette kind of, when I first saw it and drove in it reminded me of McLaren. For, like you said, a third of the price.
For a third of the price.
And it kind of brings you back to, you know, you got Mary Barrett at GM, you have Jim Farley at Ford. Do you think either one of those is sort of the next level of from the EV kind of like, you know, hierarchy, right? You got Tesla. Do you think it's Ford or GM that'll be kind of the next level in terms of that kind of competition?
Well, I think America's stuff has always been about egalitarianism, making it available to everybody. You know, the smart thing about America was anybody could buy a Model T. The idea in Germany or France of the average person owning an automobile